Today's episode of Strong Links is brought to you by Dan and Van, Sleaford and the surrounding area's #1 man with a van service. And now for today's show.
Hello and welcome to Strong Links, Lincolnshire's local podcast in association with your local Links magazine. My name's Rich and I'm here with my good friend Dan.
Hi Rich, you right?
I'm fabulous. How are you today?
I'm good. Yeah, really good. I'm still waking from football the other night though, but
Yeah? Was it a good game?
wait, what you were playing?
Oh, that game.
That game.
Oh, we're on about Tuesday night football.
Tuesday night, yeah. We both played on a Tuesday, didn't we?
Yeah. You play Monday and
I do.
we both play on Tuesday. And we were on the same team. I put you on my team on Tuesday.
Oh, we were, weren't we? Yeah.
Yeah, and we lost.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, we did. Yeah, it was a good game though.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Been doing that a while, haven't we?
Yeah, Tuesday night football has been
Tuesday.
going a long time now. I've been doing it over 20 years now.
Over 20 years?
Over 20. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. We should do a podcast episode on football sometime, shouldn't we?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we should definitely do that. Because we do like our football. I've been going Tuesday nights for, 15 years probably?
I would say,
13 years.
yeah, something more like 12, 13, something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah. Anything happening at the magazine? Not spoken about the magazine for a while.
No, we haven't. Yeah, I mean,
So-
we've got some great stuff in the March edition. We've got a Let's Talk local interview with someone we're going to be talking to shortly. I had a trip to the cemetery in Sleaford, which I actually found really interesting because it was just a real sort of trip into history. All these, monuments to people that have been part of the community and centuries ago. So that was...
Where was that? Sleaford Cemetery?
Yeah, Sleaford Cemetery, which is off Ashfield Road near the Willie Malvey School. Yes, with the Border Force volunteer group. They're researching into the war graves there, and they're just trying to find out about those lives. And
Yeah. It's a lot of history.
there is a lot of history. There's some fascinating stories. I was being shown around by one of the groundskeepers, Josh, and he was just telling me about all the different stones. Oh, this was the very first stone that was placed here in 1850, 1860 something.
Yeah, right. Have we got anyone famous or any dignitaries there that you know of?
There was one story that I found quite fascinating. Was this maid that travelled with her boss to the Battle of Waterloo, of all places.
Really?
She was present in the Napoleonic Wars, yeah. So I'm not sure if she died over there or she came back home, and presumably that was the case. She died over here. But yeah, there was that. He was also telling me about a famous actor that often visited the cemetery because his parents are buried there. He was in the film Zulu. I looked him up, actually.
Michael Caine.
Not Michael Caine. I can't remember the guy's name, actually. But
Okay.
yeah, he used to visit his parents there.
That's interesting.
Yeah. And there's various war graves, a lot of from First World War and Second World War. And yeah, it's just about them finding out who these people were. And
Yeah. Talking of actors, are you? We're going to the Panto tomorrow.
we are going to see the Heckington Players. We talked to Kei in the last episode, didn't we?
We did.
Who has written this Panto and is in it as the Dame. And yeah, we're really looking forward to seeing it. We've never been to see them, have we? Heckington Players.
Heckington Players. No, my first time.
We'll record some stuff while we're there, see what we can get to put on the show.
Yeah. No, looking forward to that. So you've been working at the Sleaford Little Theatre?
Yeah,
recently?
We've got the cinema program's been going since January and it continues into March. So yeah, got lots of great films Coming up, I saw the Neil Diamond one, Song Sung Blue. I was there for that.
Was that Hugh Jackman?
Yeah, Hugh Jackman and Kate Hudson. And I've had, ever since then, I've just had Neil Diamond songs in my head.
Well, that can't be bad. I like Neil Diamond. He's
I know. He's not really been much on my radar, except for that Sweet Caroline song. But actually, yeah, start to look into the rest of his catalogue. Like the character in that film says, it's not just about Sweet Caroline. And, it's true. There's some really great tunes, actually. I'm becoming a bit of a Neil Diamond fan recently. So yeah.
Excellent. Yeah. What films have you got coming up at the theatre?
In March, we have got Sentimental Value, which is mostly in Swedish. There's a bit of English in it. We've got The Housemaid.
What's that? Who's in that?
There's an actress in it.
She play the housemaid.
I think she does, yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
But apparently that's a good film.
I saw a really good film there.
Yeah.
What was the film I went to see?
Ballad of Wallace Island.
Yeah, brilliant film.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it? Yeah.
With Psychic Simon. Who's the main guy in it? I should know this. I'm a big Alan Partridge fan, so...
Is he in Alan Partridge?
Yeah, he's Psychic Simon.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
He's in a lot of comedy things, wasn't he?
What's his name?
He was in Detectorists as well, wasn't he?
Yeah, that's right.
That guy. But
yeah.
I'd never heard of that film until we put it on at the cinema, and it's like, why do cool films like this, why do they not get the exposure? Why is it always...
Yeah, I mean, that... I don't know if it's it's kind of a British film, but I think that's been well received. He's very busy now.
Is it? Oh, well, that's
yeah. He wrote the screenplay for that, or the idea for that film, like 20 years ago.
Really?
Yeah.
That's how.
It was a short film, and I think they've changed it slightly to be able to make it into a feature. But him and I think the other guy that's in it, the musician in it. I think they worked on it about 20 years ago. Yeah.
Some people said that musician reminded them of me. Apparently,
I can see the similarity, and I think he played a editor, newspaper editor in Afterlife. Ricky Gervais.
Yes, he did. Yeah.
So the role that you have with the magazine, he played in Afterlife.
Do I have that same demeanour, do you think?
Yeah, tall
and
gangly, troubled. Yeah, pained.
Horror going on behind my eyes.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, good.
No, I see the similarity. Yeah.
Have you seen any other good films recently?
I wanted to watch. There was a film I wanted to watch. The Third Man. It's an old film. That
is Orson Welles, is it?
It's Orson Welles. Yeah.
Yeah.
I tried watching it. I couldn't find anywhere to get it.
You want to look on iPlayer? There are some old classics on there.
Yeah.
Occasionally.
What did you see? What have you seen recently?
I did watch Citizen Kane, but there was another
brilliant film.
I had Citizen Kane on VHS ever since like the mid-90s.
Oh yeah.
And I didn't watch it until about 3 years ago.
Oh right.
And I didn't even have a VHS player anymore, so I had to source one off my dad. He had an old one, so.
I like old films.
Yeah, I do. I'm kind of.
I like this a bit. I like the 39 Steps, the old Hitchcock.
Yeah.
Film. It's really old now, but black and white. Actually, I watched a Hitchcock film the other night. Can't remember. It was one of his early ones, but it was dreadful. It was really, really bad.
Was it?
Oh, yeah. Really bad. Yeah. I don't know if it was a proper film, to be honest.
No.
But it was. I think it is a film, but it was dreadful.
I was watching North by Northwest recently. That was
Cary Grant.
Yeah, Cary Grant. That's him.
Very good.
And Alfred steps off the bus like in one of basically the first scene, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because he had cameos in.
Oh, yeah.
All his films,
most of his films, he had a cameo. Yeah. So, what have we got coming up on today's show, Rich?
Well, today's Strong Links special guest is someone who's made it his mission to help businesses grow with clarity and confidence. Paul Starbuck is the founder of Starbuck Associates, based in Sleaford, where he specialises in business coaching and strategic support for leaders. He works closely with owners and directors, helping them sharpen their vision, strengthen performance, and build sustainable success. Practical, experienced, and proudly Lincolnshire, Paul, welcome to Strong Links.
Thank you. Great to be here.
So can you tell us in a nutshell, what is Starbuck Associates and how did it get started?
Yeah, so how it started was I did 35 years in corporate, and towards the back end of my corporate career, I'd done the same job for a period of time, a lot longer than I'd done anything else. I think typically every 18 months I moved on to a different job. And I was 3 years into a role and I was getting to the point where I need to do something different. But I couldn't quite put my finger on what that was going to be. And I came out of that business through the restructure in January 20 and was about to take a role in a large organisation. A kind of director level role on the board, and COVID came along, locked the country down. The job got withdrawn. There were 2 or 3 other roles at the same time that got withdrawn. So I'm kind of sat there thinking, oh, damn it, that was bad timing. That was not what I was expecting. So I thought, well, actually, what I'll do then is I'll use the opportunity to do some development stuff. So I did a professional consultancy diploma with London Business School. I thought that had a bit more credibility to my CV. I've done lots of change programs and lots of big leadership type programs, so adding that credibility to the CV felt like a good thing to do. And then because you couldn't go anywhere, you could do a whole diploma in a month if you really kind of knuckle down and get on with it. So did that, and then thought, well, I'll do the coaching one, and then got approached by the people that ran the coaching program to say, look, we don't have anybody with a big senior career on our coaching bench. Do you want to come and do some work for us as an associate coach? And then we will fast track you through the accreditation process. So kind of, March, April, May kind of time, 2020, it was like, yeah, that sounds like a really good idea. Yeah, I'd love to. And then when I started to appreciate, the organisation I came out of had a brilliant coaching culture. But what I started to appreciate very quickly going through a formal training program is that there's a lot more to coaching than meets the eye. And I really enjoyed it, and in fact the more I put into it, the more I found I enjoyed it, and equally the more that people were giving me more work to do. But at the time I still got a mindset of, well, I'll just do one more big company job and then maybe that's it for me, and maybe I'll retire at that point, maybe another 5 or 6 years, and that'll be brilliant. And I kind of looking for the full-time job, feels like a full-time job, and then you've got this coaching thing that's taking place on the side, and all of a sudden I'm thinking, oh God, I'm working harder than I've ever worked in my entire life. What's going on? So I had to pick something. I had to pick one, and it became really easy to decide. When I stood back from it at that point in time, I thought, well, what am I doing? What do I want to do? I'm working for myself. I'm adding great value to the organisation, getting brilliant feedback from the clients. So I picked the coaching route, and there started in July 2020. Started this business, and I had no clients, no nothing, no marketing, no website, no nothing, but was getting regular work through the organisations I worked with, and that was great. And yeah, that was the start of it. That was the start of the journey.
So it came out of COVID.
Yeah, I am.
So many things, really.
I am literally a product of COVID, because otherwise I would have gone off and done another big company job, and probably would never have had this opportunity to do this.
Yeah. What is your background? What was you worked in the corporate world?
Yeah, I was part of the senior leadership team in Boots.
Oh, okay.
And I did a lot of different roles for Boots. I looked after the stores across the east side of the country. I did a HR role. I did a property and operations type role. I did a governance role. Loved it. I love working with huge, great big teams. I mean, sometimes leading teams of thousands. Yeah. With the complexities that a big organisation brings, big change programs, big remits, big mandates for change. I loved all that. I love working with people, change, complexity. But because I moved around quite a bit, I had to get good at helping people become brilliant at what they did and bringing people together to do the work. And sometimes you might only work with a team for 6 months or so, and then you're on to the next project and the next project and the next big thing. So I had to get really good at just getting the best out of people, because my obligation to the business and to the people was, my job is, yes, to help them. Yes, we've got to do the work, that's the day job, but my key responsibility is to help them grow and help them develop. And I never really got excited about the product or the latest widget, the latest mascara. I only really got excited about the people and helping people become brilliant. So I took that, I took that mindset, that kind of DNA almost, and then brought it into a completely different business. But it was still focused on people, getting the best out of people, supporting people to grow and evolve and develop.
So those principles are generally the same, no matter what product you're selling or service you're selling.
Yeah.
It starts with the people.
It does. It always starts with the people. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, with your role in Starbuck Associates, how would you define your role? What's
everything. We're a small business. There's a team of 5. We've got some associate coaches that support the business, and then we've got lots of kind of fractional people that sit around the business. But my role is that of the founder. I've always referred to myself as the managing director. The team always call me the chief exec. Whatever the role is, but principally I do a lot of the coach delivery. I do a lot of the kind of the business development stuff, so working with organisations to work out how we can help them, and then webinars and podcasts and stuff like that. So my job has started to change. I think I'm becoming much more the managing director and getting others to do it, particularly as the business grows and we can get more people to come and help us do some of the things we need to do. So it gives me the time to be able to do the things that only I can do, really, or the things I need to be doing, more to the point.
Yeah.
Now, when you first contacted me at the magazine, Paul, you talked about you had some commendations about sustainability and information security with Starbuck Associates. Is that all part of keeping up with the world and perhaps keeping ahead of the competition, those kind of things?
It is a little bit, but I think for me, I'm the kind of guy that I'm going to do something, I need to do it well. And I need to do it brilliantly well. When I came into the coaching, as a junior coach, somebody that came out of corporate world thinking, I know how to coach, and then you suddenly realise you don't. There are many levels of coaching, but the top level is the master coach, and I immediately went, I need to get to that level. But what I started to appreciate in business is that not everybody is like they are in a big business like a Boots. I started my career at Tesco, really professional organisations that do things properly, they do things right, they treat people right. And I started to appreciate that some businesses out there are not like that. And I needed to kind of go, do you know what, I don't want to get involved with that, I want to do things right, I want to do things my way. So we did the B Corp first, the B Corp accreditation, which was really important to me because it symbolised that we're a force for good, we're doing things right in the right way, for the planet, for the people, for the environment, for the place that we work in. So it was really important, really dear to me. And before anybody else joined the business, we got to the B Corp stage. And then the next natural stage from that was the ISOs, the ISO 9001 and 27001. We deal with people's data. We're having quite personal conversations with people at times as coaches. So giving people the confidence that we're looking after them and we're treating their information and their data correctly and right, securely is really key. It's really important because it gives them confidence that we know what we're doing and we're doing things the right way. But also it says to the world that we're good guys. Actually, we're good guys doing good work for a good reason, for purpose. And they were important. The Sustainability Award came a little bit left field, so we got nominated through the Good Small Business Awards under the Sustainability Leadership Award. I had no idea we'd even applied for it, but Paige and our team had kind of seen it and thought, we would be up for that, and so she submitted it, and then we got through to the finals, and we went to Liverpool for the for the evening, and we got the highly commended award, which I thought was brilliant. I thought it was so unexpected. But for me, it was like, okay, that's a recognition of all the other stuff we've done. You know, the B Corp, the ISO, doing things right, being a force for good is important to me, and that was a good recognition for it. And then of course 2 weeks ago we got the Coaching Business of the Year award at the National Coaching Awards in Birmingham, that's a big deal. I mean, for us, that was what a great accolade to have, you know, to be recognised in front of your peers in that way. It was a very humbling experience, it really was.
Exactly, yeah. We were just going to come on and ask you about that award. You must be on cloud nine after picking up that award. Was it last week or 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, 2 weeks ago today. Yes, we got nominated. It was for us, you know, being nominated that kind of way was great. We're a young business. We're 5-6 years into a journey, and I don't know how many people applied for that award or how many companies applied for it, but it must have been hundreds and hundreds. So to get to the shortlist stage in 2 categories was like, wow. You know, for me that was it. You know, that was everything I needed. You know, it was like, oh my gosh, that's amazing to be recognised in that way. And then we sat there through the awards ceremony, and this particular award was one of the last awards. And the presenter started reading out some of the judges' comments, and all of a sudden my heart's going, oh my god, oh my god, oh, this sounds like oh my gosh. And then of course on the big screen in front of you, you know, the winners and our logo, and I'm like, oh my god. So the director, she burst into tears. Paige was like, oh my god. So to be recognised in that kind of way was, yeah, it was great. I mean, it was very unexpected, very humbling, and very grateful for the National Coaching Awards and the judges for recognising, I guess, you know, what we do and how we do it, and how we go about looking after people and doing things in a really, you know, good way.
Did you think you were going to win, or was it you were just going for a, you know, good evening? Do you think?
I thought we were going for a good evening. It was in Birmingham, so I was going to be in Birmingham the next day anyway. So for me, it was like, yeah, it'll be a good evening. It'll be great. It'll be fantastic. On reflection, there were a couple of little things that just kind of like, could have spotted that a little bit. So when I got there for the awards ceremony, there was a person behind the counter who gave me the kind of landlord and the kind of badge kind of thing, and she recognised me. She said, "Oh, hello, Paul, how are you?" And I'm like, "Oh, yeah, I'm good, thanks." "Do I know you?" "Oh, yeah, well, I've been doing the graphics work." "Oh, okay, yeah, you've been doing the graphics work." And then there was a couple of other things that were kind of said, and, you know, in hindsight, you kind of go, "Oh, maybe I should have read those." But yeah, it was very unexpected, I gotta be honest.
How was you had a meeting the next day in Birmingham, or?
Yes, yeah.
How was that meeting? You must have been...
well, I was good. I went to bed about 1 o'clock in the morning. My call was at 8 o'clock in the morning. One or two others in the team were a lot later.
Right.
A lot later.
Yeah. Wow. That's fantastic.
And where have you put the award? Where has that gone? Is it on the mantelpiece, or...?
It's in Zoe's office.
Is it?
Yeah, it's in Zoe's office at the moment, yeah.
Very exciting.
So how do you find it operating a company like yours from rural Lincolnshire? I mean, these days we are all so connected, and we can, you know, anyone can work from anywhere, really. Surely a lot of, I mean, you mentioned Birmingham just now, is a lot of your sphere of involvement, is it outside the county, would you say?
Well, in terms of actual delivery, most of it is inside the county. So we have an office, and most of the one-to-one coaching is done online. So we can work with anybody right across the world, and, you know, I've worked with about 750, 800 clients in 46 different countries. I've only actually coached in 2 or 3 different countries outside of the United Kingdom. So most of it is done online. The team coaching and the team effectiveness type programs, they are generally done face to face. And there are clients that want face to face coaching. So I'm in London at least 2 or 3 times a month, Birmingham, Manchester. But equally, you know, we've been to Zurich and Zug in Switzerland with 2 different teams. To do the face-to-face stuff. So yeah, you do get a bit of travel. You get that kind of variation. There's a client who keeps threatening to send me to to Las Vegas for a 2-day team effectiveness program, which feels like a really, unfortunate gig, I guess.
Someone's got to do it.
Somebody has to do it, yeah. And then there's another client who's on about sending me to Dubai to do some work with one of the airlines. So, yeah, we can get into that kind of stuff, yeah. But most of the delivery is online. So, from rural Lincolnshire.
Now, alongside running your business, I noticed on your website, we were talking about this before we started recording, but you're kind of in the same game as me in that you produce a magazine each month. It's called Coached, which I imagine does exactly what it says on the tin. Firstly, how do you balance producing that magazine each month and generating all this, the great content that's in it, along with doing your main role as a business coach? How do you find that?
The word is balance, most definitely. I'm probably out of balance, I suggest, most of the time. The magazine was born out of my old administrator. She said, I've had an idea. Can I show you something? Like, oh my God, that's amazing. And it's just grown and grown and grown and grown. And nowadays, Zoe, the other director, my wife, she produces a lot of most of the editorial stuff that goes in there, and then we have somebody who helps us with the graphics and the design and just pulling it all together into some kind of document. But it does take time. It takes a lot of time to pull it together, and we generate the copy, and then we have to go through it, make sure it's okay, make sure it works, make sure it's proportionate, balanced, and is fit for purpose. So that process, that quality control process, can take quite a while. But Zoe's a wizard. Zoe is absolute wizard all out there, doing the research and thinking about the articles and then putting them together in that kind of way. She's brilliant at this stuff. Really is brilliant at it. But it all takes time, and she does delivery as well, and she does a lot of the other marketing type stuff. So there's a team of 5. There's 5 of us on the team. We use lots of different kind of fractional people, supporters in the to help us. But we're always balancing the books. We're always kind of trying to, push a little bit harder there and dial that down. And how can we simplify that a little bit? And how can we save a bit of ourselves there? I mean, honestly, in the 5 or 6 years, I don't think I've ever worked so hard. I do way more hours now than I ever did when I worked in the corporate world. And my old boss, if he's listening, will probably go, "Jeez." But yeah, it is hard to kind of keep balancing it all, particularly as the business kind of grows and ebbs and flows, and you get something like an ISO accreditation come along. That's a huge piece of work. Well, how do you balance that at the same time as the normal Coach magazine and the normal delivery and business development? So it's always a constant balancing act. If I'm honest, I don't think we've ever got it right. We could probably take 2 or 3 people on the team and still be just as busy as we are now, because there is that much to do. But we are a business that's growing reasonably quickly, so we have to respect the fact that we're having to keep up with that pace of growth.
Who would you say is your main audience for the magazine? Is it sort of business executive, or is it managers?
Yeah. I think it's a mixture of all sorts, really. So L&D professionals, HR professionals, leaders, competitors maybe, people that want to grow and want to learn and just kind of love that material and want to learn things. So when you look at the subscribers, they're all from different walks of life and probably coming at it from different reasons.
Is it a challenge sometimes? In one of your articles, it talked about how people have blind spots, and part of your role, I guess, is to sort of make them aware of those blind spots. Can that be a challenge? Perhaps treading on egos and things like that. Do you find that at all? Addressing things that they might not be comfortable or receptive to, is that a challenge for you?
Not normally, no. We at the start of an assignment with a client, we'll spend a good time just thinking about how do we want to work best together. Coaching is very adult to adult, so it's a meeting of equals, really. But what coaching provides is a kind of tailor-made personal development to help the person with whatever things they want to work on. So we'll do a lot of that kind of contracting and kind of clarity up front, so that they know how we're going to work together. And one of the questions I might ask is, how comfortable are you with challenge? How will I know if I've pushed you too far? And because those questions are really good to just kind of help them, just reflect about, okay, well, I'm good with challenge, no problem at all. So, and I might ask the question around, okay, so what expectations would you have of me through the coaching? So if they want me to be honest and truthful and transparent and tough with me, then we're contracting that way up front, so that when you get into those conversations and you're asking a more difficult conversation, or you're prodding them a little bit, or you're maybe kind of getting them to reflect on something over here that they're not really thinking about, that kind of blind spot that you referred to, then it's not a surprise when they get that level of challenge. So I might just ask the question, okay, so I'm going to push a little bit harder here, and then ask the question. Or I might say, like, as your coach, my job is to kind of stimulate your thinking. It's not to be nice and gentle and lovely. So sometimes I have to be a bit tougher in some of the questions. So normally you get the right reaction, because we've contracted up front. We've agreed how we're going to work best together to get the best of our time, because that time is quite precious in the coaching conversations. And it's the same with teams. So we would do exactly the same when it comes to team coaching. We would work with the team to say, okay, how do we want to work together? Not just the team and myself, but all of us collectively. How do we work together? How do we get the best out of each other? So that it just kind of reduces the ego piece. It just kind of, the prickly bits that people can get a little bit prickly about at times, it just kind of manages that quite nicely. And if somebody does respond, they go, oh, you can't do that, I do remember a client very particularly, reacting to something. It's like, okay, let's just come back. Let's just kind of remember where we contracted, what was the trigger, what was it that kind of got into that space, and let's have the conversation around it. And, they calm down very quickly, and then we get on and we get back into that productive space.
It's part of your job to challenge.
It is, it is. It's a balancing act, because also you're going to be holding them accountable. So when you get to the end of the session and they say, oh yeah, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do that, and when they come to the next session, you go, how'd you get on? How'd you do with those things? Well, I'll get the homework, and it's been a bit busy at work. It's like, well, okay, I mean that's fine. I mean, if that's your world, if that's your truth, but how can I be of service of you if you're not moving these things forward? How will you hold yourself accountable for doing these things? Because otherwise it just becomes a great conversation, but nothing changes. And if you're serious about making the changes that you want to make, then you've got to put the work in. We've both got to put the work in, but after the session, you've got to go and do the hard yards.
You sound like my guitar teacher.
Brilliant. So the coaching sessions themselves, generally speaking, go quite quickly, but the real work for the client takes place in between the sessions. And that's the bit that I think we're referring to. They need to do that. Just the same as I'm sure your guitar teacher is telling you need to practice in between the sessions.
Okay, Paul. So you're going to talk some more with us in our Extra Strong Links episode. Before we wrap up this episode, we have just one more question. Where can people who want to connect with you, where can they learn more about Starbuck Associates, or where's the best place to go for them?
Yeah, website's probably the best place to go. So starbuckassociates.com. It's got all the services, it's got the contact details, it's got a little bit about us and the history and how did all this come about. So yeah, that would be the best place to go.
And they can read your magazine on your website, can't they?
Yeah, you can read the past issues. You subscribe to it, so you can do all that on the website, and all the blogs and all the kind of information is on there. So there's quite a lot of content on the website. I mean, we're probably guilty of trying to do too much, if I'm honest. We probably need to simplify that a little bit. But yeah, there's a whole richness of resource and support materials on the website, and it gives the reader all the stuff that we do.
Well, brilliant. Thanks so much, Paul.
My pleasure.
Yeah, really, really great chatting with you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Paul. And we'll talk some more in the next episode.
Well, Rich, here we are. We're travelling to the pantomime.
We are off to see the Heckington Players for our very first time. We have never seen them perform before.
You've been to that? It's the Village Hall, isn't it?
Yeah, in Great Hale, the Magna Village Hall, which I've never been to. You were just saying that you've been a couple of times.
Only sort of briefly. So, yeah, it's quite a big hall, I think.
Yeah, it looks impressive in the photographs.
And I think it's got a proper stage, so it's good.
I mentioned to Kai earlier that we're coming this evening. We interviewed him on the podcast in February, and I let him know that we're coming. And I've got something else to confess, actually, Dan.
Have you? Go on.
Yeah, I put in a request with Kai for him to pick on you.
Oh no! Are you joking?
No.
Oh no! Right. Okay. Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
And he even asked our seat numbers, so he knows where we're sitting.
Oh right. Okay. Cheers, Rich.
Yeah. So look forward to that. This could backfire. You know, I could get drawn into this as well. So you know.
Okay. Well, we'll report back later.
We will.
What's up, team?
I've got Jan and Richard from Local Links. Where are you? Where are you? There they are. They're from
Hi.
the Strong Links podcast. Well done. Another thing I recommend it. It's brilliant. They cover lots of articles about Lincolnshire. So really good listen. Where's Dan? There we go. See, I look at him. 2 billion years of evolution for that.
Well, Dan, what did you think to the Snow Queen? Did you enjoy that?
That was absolutely brilliant. Yeah. It really, really good.
It's very funny. We had a bit of an emergency actually during the show, didn't we? So there was a bit of a pause
Towards the end.
Yeah, towards the end. It wasn't very far off from the end. So must have been. I mean, first of all, they handled it so well, didn't they?
Yeah. We were ushered out outside, and we just waited outside, and an ambulance turned up.
Yeah. The play was able to continue, and the cast they just slipped back right into it, didn't they?
Really good. Yeah. Kai is very good, isn't he?
He's so sharp, and we got a shout out at the end, didn't we?
We did.
Yeah, we were on his clipboard, he didn't forget us.
No.
And, mentioned the Strong Links podcast even, didn't he?
He did, didn't he? Yeah. Amazing.
So
It was good.
yeah, good fun. Yeah, there's a lot of
Good turnout as well, wasn't
good
it?
turnout, and yeah, a lot of familiar faces here. People I recognise from. Hi, Kelly.
Hello.
How you doing? Yeah, we're just doing a podcast. Do you want to be in it? Do you want to do a little?
You're actually doing it now?
Yeah, we're actually recording now. Yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah. You up for it?
I think so.
Did you enjoy that?
Very much so, yeah.
How long does it take to rehearse something like this?
So I believe we've been rehearsing since October.
Really?
Yeah. Obviously Christmas is quite a fun time to be rehearsing.
This was about your 8th pantomime with Heckington Players, is it?
I'd say 12, maybe 13. Yeah.
When did you start working with them?
What with the Heckington?
What year was?
Oh gosh, that's a question on the spot. 2011, maybe?
How long?
2011.
Oh wow, long time.
I have to check my facts on that.
Yeah.
It's been a fantastic decade anyway.
Can you remember the first show you did? What was it?
Jack and the Beanstalk.
Jack and the Beanstalk. Wow.
Was that another Kei Bailey?
It was indeed a Kei Bailey pantomime, yeah.
He's not a bad writer, is he? What's it like being on stage with him?
Fantastic. I mean, you've seen tonight the energy he brings, it's just fantastic. Yeah.
It's very talented.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. Writing, acting, directing, yeah.
Makes you sick, really.
Was it a bit of a challenge, because we had a bit of a break, didn't we, this evening? Was it a bit of a challenge, sort of, stepping back into the energy?
No, of course, because obviously we're all very concerned with the situation going on, and thankfully she's okay. But we just try and pick up where we left off and give the audience a good show.
You sort of did it seamlessly, really. It was straight back into it, and the energy just came back up, and yeah, there's only really a few minutes left, but you know, it was good that you came back and yeah.
Thank you. I'm pleased you enjoyed the show.
Yeah, brilliant. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, cheers.
Thanks, Kelly. Yeah, she was. Well, I made a film once, and well, she was in Shadows actually.
Was she?
Yeah, she was in Shadows as a supporting artist.
Hey, oh, I should have known. I should know her then.
Yeah, you might have been in a scene with her actually. In fact, you were.
Really? In the nightclub?
The nightclub, yeah. She was one of the nightclub goers in that, so yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah.
It's a small world.
It is. Yeah. No, it's really good. Really, really good. Yeah. Well, it's another show, Rich. Another show.
Yeah.
On to the next one.
Yeah. What's
And
start thinking about April.
April, yeah, soon comes around. So brilliant.
Time to say goodbye then.
Goodbye.
Cheerio.
Today's episode of Strong Links was brought to you by Danson Property Services, where quality work meets local care. From reliable maintenance jobs to property refurbs, call Danson Property Services today. See you next time.